Hey everybody, so in today's video we're just finishing up a second day. So it's been raining on and off, been raining here today, but we were working on this line, kind of tossing over his back. So this is a horse that as soon as we put steady pressure on, he knows how to be relaxed in a lot of different areas, but as soon as we put that saddle on, there was a trigger there for him. So we wanted to work through that before I get on him. And you know, so in the last video you saw me kind of tossing this line over his back, and he was really jumpy when I would do that. The head would move, the body would twitch. And so I've been working on this a little bit with him, and you know, all I'm doing is tossing this line kind of over the saddle, over the wither area, over his neck, over the hind end behind the saddle. Just want to see how he reacts to that. And as you can see now, that reaction's going away a lot, because what I was noticing him is anytime I got near that girth, he would really would just struggle with that. So we want to make sure we're as comfortable as possible for him. So I'm going to do his right side now, and I like that licking and chewing. Just want him to not be bothered by this at all. Just want to kind of have him be comfortable. Rain's picking back up again now. Head comes up a little bit there, right, because we're getting rain and wind. So these are things that I look at with him, is that just how is he going to be responsive to not only the steady pressure, but then when we're doing other things, the wind picks up, the rain picks up, and how long does it take him to self-regulate? He's young, he's 3, so we want to help him to find that self-regulation, especially if we want him to be a sensitive, responsive horse and not be reactive. So that rain's coming in a little bit harder now. I'm going to ask him to kind of work through that. So I might take off that other stimulation right now of the rope, just kind of let him figure out that this, because he's very sensitive in his skin, and we've been working through that with him. Keep that ear on me. Really help him to guide him where he doesn't have to worry about this. So when we look at horses and we go look at their past, we go, okay, well, he can be outside in the rain, that's not a big deal for him. But when we start to add these other types of pressures for him, it kind of builds his worry cup up a little bit. And that's what we got to do, is we got to work with that worry cup and constantly make sure that it's got a hole at the bottom of it. So any worry that goes into that cup goes right out, a drain out the bottom, and it never starts to fill up at all. So do that with him. I'll come around the head here, just do something a little bit different. Say, you know, where is his comfort level? So ask him to face me again. So he did that, then he licked and chewed. That head came up about an inch right there. So we just want to continue to work on that aspect and just go, hey, we don't want you to have any worry. All these things are triggers though. So if you go to get on a horse like this and you're blind to the triggers, or to the communication that he's telling you that are triggers for him, until we resolve that, that's just going to manifest into much bigger things. And then we're going to one day go, well, I don't understand, either one day or right when you get on him, I don't understand why he did something silly. So he's focusing on over here, so I'm going to bring him back over to me. Just want to get that right ear on me. Now I might come over here and I might just put this around that saddle horn and see how light he's getting to that lateral pressure on that side. So I'd like that hind end to be just a little bit quieter when he comes around, because he was mostly like 80% responsive and like 20% reactive. So I go off this side now. Go around that saddle horn, because that's where my rein would be. See how light he is there. So I want to get that lateral flexion like that, and then I want him to, so he resists a little bit here, then he figures it out, and then he gets a little worried there. We got a trailer moving in the background, so that makes some noise. So these are all things that we put in place with him. These are all things that we put in place with him when we start to work on building that confidence and building that that self-regulation, where even outside factors don't matter. And for him, he's very sensitive to those outside factors. So I'm going to ask him again to pick up that right side there. And most people talk about having a horse that's, I'm gonna ask him to then step around and under there. That was nice. So see how nice that hind end came around on that side? I wanna get that on the other side too. So a lot of people talk about their horses and they go, hey, my horse is really good until they're not good. And that the reason why if they know how to do things, but their brain's not at a place where they can regulate. It doesn't matter how good your horse is at something, if they don't understand how to regulate in pressure situations, then it's going to go out the window when they hit their threshold, and they're going to go into kind of a panic attack. So that's why we put him in these positions as we've kind of gone. So that was a nicer transition for him. Good boy. So just this is another day working with Bo here, getting closer to being under saddle within the next couple days. And just want to make sure that when I go to put a foot in the stirrup or I do these things above him, that I don't get any reaction. Because if I get any reaction by walking up a mounting block or by putting my foot in the stirrup or doing anything above him, I know that it's going to be, he's already going to start with worry in that cup, and it's going to be, it's not going to be a good situation for him or I. And we have one time to really do this the right way with our horses. So even if another horse has had a saddle on him at a young age, and I know he had a saddle on before, English saddle just put on him, but if that was not a good start for him, a good situation for him, what that does is he remembers that. So we've got one shot to do this really the right way and have him build that confidence with us. And so we're taking that, and if we do have any hiccups, it's okay. We just might have to work through that again and kind of spend a little bit more time on that. So anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. If you like this, hit that subscribe button, and there'll be more videos to come on not only Bo, but you can check out other playlists of other young horses that we are starting as well. Take care. Have a wonderful day.